Good morning. Welcome to Escoffier Online. My name is Chef Caesar, and today I want to prepare for you a chicken piccata. The word piccata comes from Italian word veal scallop, which normally is done with veal, but you can also make it with chicken. And escalope, means a thin piece of meat. In French, it could be fish, meat, or chicken. So we're going to start by, preparing a chicken breast. I got some random chicken breasts. These are called randoms because they're not size. And normally in the restaurant industry, we buy this because they're cheaper. And but usually we'll make a dish like this. We buy chicken breast, which is like size could be 6, 7, or 8 ounces, and those chicken breasts are much from a younger chicken, so the meat's much tender. This is okay, but make sure when you cook this not to overcook it, because sometimes if you cook it too much, you're gonna kind of dry it up. Because like I say, it's from an older chicken. That's why they're so big. Imagine this piece of breast. This is like one breast right here, actually, from one chicken. This is like one size. So imagine that's a huge chicken. So we're going to start by cleaning them up. You don't want to cook the chicken with this fat around the breast. You want to take that off, and then we're going to slice them, because you don't want to cook this whole chicken breast like this. It would take a long time to cook, and also this should be nice and thin. So we're going to start by, trimming the chicken, taking all this fat out of there. Okay. Okay. So this is something that you must do. Okay. A little piece of cartilage right here in the center part of the bone and the inside part. So this is okay. I'm gonna cut this off. And if you were like preparing a bunch of chicken, like a huge box at the restaurant, this little piece of meat, like right here, guys, little tiny piece, you can save this and put them in the stock, or do something, or stuffing, whatever. So this little tiny piece, you can try to save if you're gonna do a huge amount. So now we're gonna slice the chicken. Get my knife right away. We wanna fillet this in a way that we can pound them out. Maybe because it's not that thick, I'm gonna just slice them in half the long way. Okay. Then we're gonna pound them a little bit. Let's see. There you go. And this is like huge, so we're gonna, definitely pound this out a little more. Okay. All right, so I got my chicken breast right here. As you can see, one is really big. Now I'm gonna pound them a little bit with my meat mallet. Okay. I got some plastic film I'm gonna put over the top, so when I pound this, it's not splashing any juices all over the table, so kind of protects from going all over the place. And also it protects the meat from getting torn apart. You don't want to pound them too hard either. So I'm going to get this out of the way. And I'm going to start. This is kind of light. Normally we have a little heavier one that it works really much better. So you want to pound them like this. And this is going to do two things. It's going to make the meat a little tender, and also it's going to help to cook the chicken breast much faster when you put them in the pan. Even if you were using a size chicken breast, you still want to pound them a little bit. See? Okay, now we're going to flip them over a little. So we do both sides. There you go. Put this back again. Okay, now we're get them out of my cutting board, so I'm gonna start. I gotta season my chicken. I'm gonna cook 2 right now, so I'm gonna put some fresh black pepper and some sea salt in here. Okay. I gotta start my pan here too. Okay. Make sure you season both sides when you do any kind of meat. Then we're going to dredge some flour. So They brown really nice. If you get a big enough pan, you might be, you can cook 2 or 3 at a time, but my pan is not that big, so, and it's really huge, so I'm just gonna do 2 right now. So you're gonna run them through the flour like this. Gonna press down a little bit so some of this sticks. And the flour is gonna help to brown the chicken really nice. Also, it's gonna help you, with your sauce. It's gonna create kind of roux, So this is gonna be nice. Put them here. I'm gonna wipe my bowl right now with some towel with some bleach water that I have back there. Make sure you do that, especially when you're working with poultry. Sanitizing is very, very important part of cooking. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna set them right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some olive oil to my pan. About a tablespoon and a half, because I'm also gonna add some butter. Okay. And this is gonna help the way that the butter is not gonna burn, and this is gonna give it a nice flavor. Be careful when you use whole butter. As you know, it burns really quick, so you gotta really be careful with the heat in the pan. You don't wanna, burn it too quick. Okay, I'm gonna get my chicken off because I wanna clean my cutting board right now. Okay. Before I start doing anything else on the board, you make sure you clean it really good. If you want to change your boards, it's fine. If you want to wipe it down with some bleach water, that works great too, so make sure you do that. It's very important you do this. Sanitize. Okay, here we go. Okay, now. Now I'm going to add my chicken to my pan. Okay. We're going to let it brown for a couple minutes so it stays nice and brown before we flip it over. And then we're going to add, I got some chopped garlic over here. I got some fresh garlic, some capers. I got some nonpareils. Nonpareils means just without equal, so they're not the same size. And you can find different sizes. There's bigger ones. There's even some capers. Look like a big olive with a stem. And this is a flower bud from a bush that grows around the Mediterranean and Asia. You get them from Spain too as well. So this is a nice, you want to rinse them off because they come in the brine and it's kind of bitter. You want to rinse them really well before you use them and kind of put them like this. And then we're going to, finish the chicken. I got some white wine, some chicken stock, and I'm going to be using as well. And I want to make some pasta today with this, but you don't really have to use pasta. You can make a salad, some risotto. It's kind of tradition that we always think Italian dishes go with pasta, but you can break the rules, I like making risotto with this, or even some vegetables as well, too. And you will see that this is going to cook much quicker, so it's kind of nice that it should be nice and thin, pounded really nice. And keep in mind, you can also do this with pork tenderloin too, like veal. If you guys don't like veal, try with some pork tenderloin. You want to pound it really, thin as well. And keep in mind, veal and pork cook really quick, much quicker than chicken does. So you got to be careful not to overcook, especially if you're cooking veal. If you overcook, it's going to be kind of dry and tough. So it's very important to really follow and pay attention when you're cooking the veal dish this way. Okay. Starting to brown real nice. If you were going to do a huge amount, you only got a small pan, you can brown this ahead of time and put them aside and keep browning all the meat. Then you make the sauce, and then you can put all the chicken pieces in a bigger saute pan with the sauce, and then you can serve a big meal. But again, if you don't need to do that, you can, do it to order like this. See, it's got a nice and brown color here. We're going to cook a little more on this end. As you can see, it cooks really fast when you pound the chicken and it's nice and thin. I'm gonna take them off the pan right now because I want to start making the sauce. Okay. Because I'm gonna finish them off cooking in the sauce anyways. So I'm gonna add my garlic. About 2 cloves of garlic for this. You can obviously add more if you want. Make sure when you brown the garlic, you don't turn the heat so high because you don't want to burn it. When you burn garlic, tastes bitter. On the contrary, when you cook it, slow roast, it's kind of sweet. But if you burn it really quick, it's gonna be bitter. So I'm gonna deglaze my pan with some white wine. A couple tablespoons of white wine here, maybe a little more. And you can use any kind of white wine. Just try to get away from sweet wines. You don't want to end up with a sweet sauce because you're gonna put some lemon. It's gonna you don't want to have some lemonade. So this is a Pinot Grigio, works really well. You can use a Chardonnay or Chablis, but don't use like a, let's say a Riesling that's sweet. You want to kind of get away from that. Now I'm gonna add some of my capers here. About a couple tablespoons. There you go. I got some little chicken stock here. Okay, now I'm gonna let it cook, okay? I'm gonna slice a couple slices of lemon here and throw it in there. You can just also use just lemon juice. You can squeeze them out, but you don't have to because all this is gonna break in there. You're gonna have a nice lemony taste for the sauce. Couple wheels in there. And if you see the sauce is kind of runny, it's okay. You can mix some soft butter here and some flour. We're gonna make it like a kind of a roux, but we're not gonna cook this until the end. Okay. We do this. I got some flour that's clean over here. I'm gonna mix it really good, and then we're gonna add some of this at the end to thicken up our sauce. You can also add some plain butter too, because like I told you before, it's kind of, when you add it at the end, it makes the sauce a little thicker. It's like a little thickening agent, just whole butter. Okay, there we go. This is going to be good now. Just a little bit, not too much. I'm also going to chop some Italian parsley. I'm gonna put it there at the end. It gives a real nice flavor. You can also use curly parsley, but I like this one. It has a lot more flavor. So. As you guys can see, this is a very easy process. Once you have everything ready to go, all your ingredients ready, you can cook this dish in a very short amount of time. Okay. Sure I taste this. Tastes really good. Now I'm going to add some of this. I put the chicken back in here. And add some of this butter I got here to thicken up the sauce a little bit more. As you can see, it starts to get thick right away. And you can taste the lemon in there. I mean, even with 2 little slices, you don't have to put a lot. It works really nice. So we're going to simmer this for a little bit more. Some of this parsley in here. As you can see, it's really easy to make a nice chicken piccata. You can tell when the chicken gets to be done. It's nice and firm. It's not like soft and mushy like when it's raw. So there's some one test you can do, and you're gonna learn this as you go along. You probably don't even use your thermometer anymore. Once you do it for so many times, you're gonna know when it's done. And this is almost done there. The chicken is nice and firm, and the sauce is, has a nice consistency. So I'm gonna shut this off, and I'm gonna start my pasta water here. It's almost it was hot a little bit before I started, so it won't take too long to heat up over here. I'll save this so I can use this for my garnish when I plate my dish. Okay. Put this over here. Okay. As you can see, I told you it was nice and hot. Now we're going to add some salt. I'm using some fresh pasta, so it won't take too long to cook. I got some sea salt here. Make sure you always salt the pasta water. Really good. And I got some fettuccine noodles. And again, you don't have to use pasta. I'm just going to give you an example. Because, you know, typically this is what we use when we do an Italian dish. Pasta is kind of something that always comes to mind. But you can use just vegetables, or if you want to use, for example, risotto, or even some potatoes, it works fine too. So this fresh pasta, it's only going to take a few minutes to cook. In the meantime, I'm going to start finishing up my garnishes. I'm going to chop little tomatoes here so I can give some color to my dish. Very little here. Alright, set aside, got my plate ready. My pasta should be getting ready soon here. Be careful, you don't want to overcook your pasta. I'm sure by now you guys have a lot of practice doing pasta, which is, you know, nice. Especially if you're doing fresh pasta, it cooks really quick. Okay. I'm gonna take some of this parsley. Let's just top my pasta dish at the end here. It's ready. Couple lemon wheels here as well. All right. This is good. Now I'm gonna drain my pasta now. I can throw away this piece of lemon here. You want to squeeze some of the juice out of there too. Okay. I'm going to throw some of my pasta in the sauce. So you kind of grab some of the sauce too. Look at that. It's ready to be served. Okay. Put a little bundle of pasta on my plate over here. Oh. I say my chicken breast. And I'm going to pour some of the sauce over the top. Okay. Look at that. Just the right amount of sauce for this dish. Okay. I'm going to put little tomatoes on top of here for some nice color. Sprinkle parsley over here. I also want to put a little arugula over the top. This lettuce is kind of, it's got a little spicy, pungent taste over the top here. Like I say, you can, make a little salad to go with this instead of pasta. And I got a little salad to go on top of this anyway, so it's going to be nice. And there you go. Nice, tasty chicken piccata. You can also add a little lemon wheel here. And we're done. Look at that. Such a simple dish, an easy way to make it, and very tasty. I'm sure you guys can do this. Try it with some pork, some veal, and you guys are going to do a great job. Thank you for being here this morning, and I see you next week with a great interesting topic.